Everyone, please close your eyes for a moment, bow your head, and let us reflect on all of the lives that were lost in the 2025 Trump tariff trade war. Many good men and women will never return home because of the casualties that were inflicted by this short but vicious conflict. All right, we got some breaking news, people. The Trump trade war, the tariff war, is officially over. It's done. The tariff war has been struck down by a court. Apparently, there are no more tariffs in place. So in this video, we're going to go read a short article by Axios, and then we're going to go check out the stock market to see how it's reacting to the tariff war coming to an end. Hint, hint, it's going up. And then we're going to watch a brief clip about Trump getting a new nickname, a very interesting nickname that he doesn't seem to like very much. So, oh, I got to fix something real quick. You're going to really enjoy this new exciting moniker, and hint, hint, it's in the title of the video. So, this is Donald Trump looking a little spicy, a little bit upset here. And the article says, court says Trump doesn't have the authority to set tariffs. My understanding is that to implement tariffs requires constitutional authority, or it requires congressional authority. So the Congress has the power to set tariff rates. But Congress so far has kind of stood back because they're fearful of Trump and they're fearful of the money that he has and they're fearful of their reelection chances because that's all they care about. They've kind of let Trump just do whatever he wants. And what we've had is a complete and utter unmitigated disaster where Trump changes his mind literally every day. There was no rhyme or reason to the tariffs. If you think there was, you need to get your head checked. So let's see what happened, and then let's go check out the stock market. So a federal court on Wednesday ruled President Trump does not have the authority under economic emergency legislation to impose sweeping global tariffs. So apparently there was an economic emergency that required us to implement 145 or 245% tariffs or whatever they were on China. And there was also such an emergency that we decided that we were going to put 50% tariffs randomly on the European Union on June 1st out of nowhere, even though we already agreed that there would be a 90-day pause. It's all one big giant emergency. And because it's an emergency, we have to implement these tariffs because it's an emergency, right? Is it really? I'm not sure. Why it matters. The U.S. Court of International Trade's ruling could bring the administration's trade war to a screeching halt. Translation, we're going to court. By blocking entirely most categories of tariffs, the court effectively wiped out most of the regime Trump put in place since taking office. And notice, when he started the tariff war, stocks went down. As he slowly capitulated, stocks went back up. I want you to notice where the stock market goes, and I want you to correlate that with Trump's tariff decisions. Just kind of check out the correlation there. Driving the news, the court, ruling in two separate cases, issued a summary judgment throwing out all the tariffs Trump imposed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA. This is how more dictatorial leaders take charge, is they use the cloak of an emergency to implement their agenda. Obviously, in a democracy republic, in times of extreme real emergency, you need decisive power in the office of the president. I totally understand that. But the question is, are we in an emergency? Are we in such a catastrophic emergency that we have to let Trump just do whatever he wants with these tariff laws, with these tariff implementations? I would argue no. I think the Congress should do it. And we'd probably have more reasonable and coherent and longer lasting tariff policy, which would calm markets. Just my 2 cents. Trump used the 1977 law, which has never before been invoked in a tariff situation, to unilaterally impose sweeping trade levies worldwide. The two groups of plaintiffs, businesses and states. So the businesses know what's going on. A lot of businesses rely on goods from China and from other places around the world. And when you throw a wrench into that, and when you constantly change tariff rates, businesses cannot plan. They can't do it. They can't even guess what their profit's going to be. It's impossible. You can't give guidance because you don't know what the guidance is. It's total chaos. If Trump just said 30% blanket tariffs, that would actually help businesses because at least it would tell them what's going on. It would at least give them some semblance of consistent policy. But he's just going back and forth, willy-nilly, depending on how he feels. Sued on the grounds that the president's orders violated the Constitution's grant of authority over import duties to Congress. What they're saying. The question in the two cases before the court is whether the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977 delegates these powers to the president in the form of authority to impose unlimited tariffs on goods from nearly every country in the world. The three-judge panel wrote, there's a reason we have checks and balances in our government, okay? Because when you have somebody that has all the power and they may be incorrect in their thinking or their policy implementation, it could lead to garbage like what has recently happened. I voted for Trump. I thought the tariff war was a disaster, and I spoke out against it. The court does not read IEEPA to confer such unbounded authority and sets aside the challenged tariffs imposed thereunder. Legal language. The court, which gets relatively little attention compared to most other federal courts, has jurisdiction over civil cases arising from trade disputes. The three judges who heard the case were Reagan, Obama, and Trump appointees. A Reagan appointee. How old's that dude? The White House did not immediately respond to Axios' request for comment on Wednesday. Oh, trust me, we're going to have a complete and utter meltdown. I can't wait to see what happens. The intrigue. Oh, we got some intrigue going on here. The court skipped over the plaintiff's motions for an injunction and went directly to issuing a judgment, saying IEEPA did not authorize any of the worldwide retaliatory or trafficking orders. The challenged tariff orders will be vacated and their operation permanently enjoined, the court wrote. What to watch? With tariff goods arriving at U.S. ports every day, the confusion over what's in force and what to charge could throw imports into chaos. Yes, we were already there before this. Now this is just adding another layer of chaos. Because, of course, Trump's going to fight this, okay? And if he wins, then we're going back to whatever he wants. It's complete and utter nonsense. Pick something and stick to it. That's my genius advice to you. Markets and businesses will likely be paying rapt attention in coming days to how the administration responds and whether high courts intervene. So how do you think the stock market reacted? Okay, let's get a princess off the screen here. So in pre-market trading, the Dow's up 1.15%, S&P's up 151, and the Nasdaq's up 1.82. Oh, our baby, my stocks are at all-time highs. So the tariffs come down, stocks go up. Crazy how that works. Wow. I'm actually excited about this. We'll see what happens overnight. I wouldn't get too excited because you don't know what Trump's going to do. He might have like an emergency press conference or go on some huge rant on Truth Social. He might be posting right now for all I know. Now, let's go ahead and check out this video. So apparently Trump has a new nickname on Wall Street, and he's not happy about it, but there's actually a kernel of truth. And what I figured out myself is Trump will always capitulate on the tariffs. Always. He will always back down. So whenever he has a new crazy tariff announcement, don't freak out and sell your stocks. Just keep holding or dollar cost averaging like your plan requires, because within a couple of weeks, he will completely give up. Think how much our trade policy has changed over the last couple of weeks. The Liberation Day was what? Was it April 2nd or April 7th? It was something like that. The trade war has been less than 2 months. And it's basically already over. What a freaking disaster. All right, let's watch this video here. Trump takes questions from reporters.
Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I said.
Look at, I forgot her name. She's laughing in the background. Okay, number one, you don't want to push Trump's buttons because if you say that Trump always chickens out, he's going to get pissed and he's going to get hard-headed and he could potentially go really hard and not back down. So I would not mock Trump too much. I'm just saying for all you reporters out there. Oh, God.
That down to 100 and then down to another number. And I said, you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I.
Oh, guys, so he put 50% on the EU, and then they were just begging. They were just begging him. They were on their knees, hands and knees, begging him. And he decided to be, a generous God and back down. And then before, when he had those crazy tariff rates, and then he completely backed down on those as well. It wasn't because of the stock market or the bond market. It was totally because he's just a generous man. And they all came and bowed at his feet and kissed his shoes. And that's why he did it. There's no other explanation, okay? There's no way that he chickens out. Impossible. It was all part of the plan.
I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed.
Yes, you set the tariffs in early April, and then within a couple weeks, they were massively reduced. And then you did the EU, and now that's reduced too. And then you started a glorious trade war with China, 2 billion% tariffs, and now they're what, 30%? Or I guess they're gone now. No, he didn't chicken out, guys. They're so desperate to meet him. Trust me, bro. He's pissed. He's not happy.
Committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me. He said, you got the hottest we have the hottest country in the world right now. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive. And you ask a nasty question like that.
The country was dead. All right. I argue there was actually optimism because the stock market, which is forward looking, was at all-time highs. And it was partially because you got elected, because people thought you would rejuvenate the American economy. And instead, you threatened to completely destroy it and sink the stock market, risk the dollar's reserve currency status, remote as it might have been, and all sorts of nonsense. You were the problem. It was you. The country was dead, bro. We got 14 trillion invested. There's no 14 trillion invested. I can pledge that I'm going to invest 14 trillion. Am I going to do it? No, it's a pledge. Doesn't mean anything.
It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things. And you added it up. I said, where?
It got up because you put them up. Because China has disrespected us, 5,000% tariffs. And then China doesn't back down and bend the knee to you, and then you just drop them a couple of weeks later.
Where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, whoa, that's high. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China.
We were nice to China. We started the trade war. We're nice to China, okay? But they had the audacity to respond. We told the world, do not respond to our tariffs. And China responded to our blatant attack on their economy. They are bad. Bad people. Nasty.
China tremendously because, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go.
Taco Trump. Hope they don't make that illegal. You know, I asked ChatGPT to generate titles for this video, and it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't generate titles for the video. I guess you're not allowed to make fun of Trump with ChatGPT, but I guess Grok didn't have a problem with that. I guess Elon and Trump are as close as you might think. So what do you guys think? Do you think this tariff war is officially over, or do you think we're going to have a long, brutal battle in court? And are you excited about the stock market tomorrow, or do you think it's probably going to fade when Trump posts something on Truth Social the next couple of minutes? All right, let's do some comments. Before we get into that, before we get into comments, just wanted to give a shout out to the members. We now have 30 members for the channel. That's right. For $4.99 a month, you get access to exclusive videos. I make exclusive videos for members for $4.99 a month. That's it. I've made 3 so far, talking 2 about me, Kevin, and 1 about my best buddy, Echoes from Above. You get complete access. Check it out. Join the crew. Get priority on live streams. Get priority responses to comments. And give me money. All right. Now we'll do some comments. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We got a member in the house, Wesley Mitchell. He's getting grifted out of $4.99 a month. Poor guy. That sucker. Sure did take the courts long enough. The Congress wasn't doing anything. Whatever. Do whatever you want, Trump. Please fund my campaign. Please. Please don't speak out against me. Oh, I think they will appeal. Trust me, they will. So eliminate all taxes because the stock market goes up and government debt will never be paid back. Oh, no, it's never going to be. It doesn't have to be paid back in its entirety. The issue is the growth, the acceleration of the growth in the debt. We can always have debt as a nation, and it can be affordable, but if the debt gets too big, you get a spiral. So it's never going to be fully paid back, ever. It's impossible. Let's see. Jorge K hit like. Everybody else hit like. Like the video. Subscribe. Sign up for my membership. Don't dictatorships have one man run the country? Yeah. I mean, it kind of felt like that for a couple weeks. Taco with fries. Strongman has hated Trump since he put. No, I didn't know. I wasn't happy about it, but I really didn't like the meme coin. That really pissed me off. And then I really think the trade war is stupid. I think he completely flubbed it. He didn't plan it properly. He didn't have an absolute, locked in, synced plan. He just went ahead and just randomly put on tariffs. And it caused a freaking disaster in markets. That's a fact. And now, shockingly, tariffs are dropped, supposedly, and stocks are ripping. I should sell. I need the money. 6% of, oh, no, I'm doing pretty good. We may have to do another portfolio update so I can brag about how rich I am. Let's see. Don't mock Trump too much, you say. You put his head as a taco. Well, I don't think he's going to watch. I don't think Trump watches my YouTube channel. But if he did, that would be awesome. Maybe him and I will get along. He's not a chicken. He's a dump. He's a duck. Let's see. I'm down. How are you down 25%, dude? Let's go look at the market. Hold on a minute. Okay. Let's do VT ETF. Okay, so year to date, VT is up 5%, and it also paid, I think, 1 dividend. So I'm up 5% year to date. The S&P is up 0.5%. So I'm crushing you people this year so far. U.S. stocks, bro. QQQ. Where's QQQ at? QQQ. QQQ's up 1.7%. How are you down? What are you buying, dude? Buy VT. And my DCF, of course. I'm sorry for your loss. Oh yeah, if the stock market stays where it's at, we will be at all-time highs for VT tomorrow. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. Politically, the judge throwing it out did him a favor. Can blame them and take no heat. Well, that's actually a good point. He can say, "Oh, I tried to fix America. I had all these tariffs and they're big and beautiful, and then the courts, the communist woke judges stopped me." All right, we got a member here. Just remember who elected this clown. Okay, first of all, my precious member, which the rest of you should join and give me all your money. Virginia went blue. So I voted for Trump. I live in Virginia. I voted for Trump, but Virginia, all the electoral votes went to Kamala. So I actually voted for Kamala. Okay. So when it's convenient, I can claim that I voted for Trump. And when it's also convenient, I can claim that I voted for Kamala. That's how it works. It's a nasty question. He will pump up his Troy. And that's the thing. Like, no matter what happens, he's going to be insanely wealthy. He's going to make more money from his meme coins than he is from his entire real estate empire for like zero effort. You can either like buy and fix and try to run real estate properties, rental properties, or you can just launch a meme coin. I mean, you know what people are going to do. Got another member, Andrew Palo. I'm excited about Trump ending the EV tax credit, which will further destroy Tesla. But of course, Tesla stock is rocketed up. Total financial disaster. Well, now that I'm a grifter, I'm bullish on Tesla. Okay. I just want to put that out there, everybody. I love Tesla. I'm all in. But yes, we ended the EV tax credit, which is a subsidy to Tesla. Their company is collapsing fundamentally, and the stock's up like massively. Let me see how much Tesla's up. Tesla stock. Let's see how much Tesla My Esla is up. It's up 2% in the pre-market, of course. Of course. Great news. All right, so it's down year to date 5.9%, but it's up 100% in the past year on massively collapsing fundamentals. So I'll let you guys decide if the market's correct or not. They just want to make stocks go up to all-time highs. Clown retailers will go all in because of FOMO. Just buy and hold, boys. It's literally that easy. Yep, grifted. Man, we got all the members. Don't you guys want priority comments? Long Dong Ryu, thank you. We got Arbor's in, a new member. Ketamine-fueled Musk is losing it. Both sides of the aisle hate him. And his surrogates demanding child support. Just a cringy guy, stuttering mess on earnings. And look, like, Musk should have no problem with child support. Okay? He's got hundreds of billions of dollars pumping up his stock. Thank God the tariff war is over for now. Tariffs are just a huge tax. I mean, it's a regressive tax. It really is. I mean, it's pretty common sense. The poor spend most of their income on, like, consumables. You know, like food, whatever they spend money on. And if all the inputs are more expensive, that's going to hurt the poor more. It is a regressive tax. Somebody like me, I mean, tariffs don't really impact me that much. I don't spend a lot of money, so it doesn't bother me. But if I was forced to spend all my income and everything went up 10%, yeah, it's hurting you. It's a regressive tax. We need to just melt up the debt and become Japan, but much bigger. I mean, we're on that track. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before we get to Japan level, but we're on the path. We got a Haida here. See, I'm an American entrepreneur. I'm a hardworking American success story. Started from nothing. I was poor, worked my way up, built a YouTube following, and then API gets mad here. AP1 should be AP0. That's what you are. Gets mad because I collect $4.99 for memberships. I've already made 3 specific videos for members, and people are whining about it. But you pay for your freaking, HBO or whatever, $50 a month. Will Medicaid MAGA voters suffer? Medicaid MAGA. That's funny. FEMA cuts, Medicaid cuts, USDA up. Cooked, man. Cooked. See, I voted for Trump, but I don't consider myself MAGA. I'm not a fanatic. They will, and it's their fault. I know. Poor Magos. Poor Magos. Hey, weak man. It's Kevin Padfear. What does Padfear mean? Be prepared to be sued. Trust me, bro. I don't think that's happening anymore. Kevin's my friend. I made a fluff piece. He's a great guy. He's a American success. He's a legend. I'm trying to emulate him. Strongman, I saw your profile on you know what. Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. You should match me, bro. Send me a message. Kevin Meat Breath mad because no, they were all fraudulent lies. Fraudulent lies. All right, max is only $9.99. For what? I only have I think I only have one tier. It's $4.99. All right, well, that's a video. Shout out to all my course members. I probably won't do a video tonight, but I'll definitely have a members-only video tomorrow. And I just launched an exciting new DCF tool. It's a $30 one-time fee, and you get permanent access to a really cool discounted cash flow tool that you can use into perpetuity. And you can even pay me to teach you how to use it if you screw it up because you don't listen to me. I'm going to buy a Strongman coffee. Okay, so I actually had to get rid of the I got rid of the store because apparently they're having issues. So I completely got rid of that thing. I'm sorry, but apparently they're having issues. All right. Thank you, members. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Go on the main channel. There's a join button. I'll sleep on that. I think you have to do it from a desktop. I'll sleep on that $4.99 and it's a big life. And I bet you half of you people paid for Lafufu's course. But Strongman $4.99. Oh, I don't know about that. All right. Give me all your money. Have a wonderful night.